What up, everybody? Power Book 2 Season 4 has a lot of toxic relationships, possibly the messiest relationship dynamics we've seen in Power history. Leaving the question, which one of these toxic relationships will go bad? Will any turn into a fatal attraction? Could someone get jealous and try to eliminate the competition? Because things can go from business to personal real quick when feelings get involved. Starting out with Tariq St Patrick, who is currently smashing his boss/enemy's daughter, Anya Covington. And there's also Diana Tejada, who is about to be Tariq's baby mama until she lost the baby in episode 6. And even though they're no longer in a relationship, we can't forget about Effie. Episode 4 is when the storyline started to really pick up after Tariq and Monet found out it was Diana who dressed up like Monet and sent Tommy after Tasha in episode 3. Tariq was on the hunt all episode to end Diana for trying to take out Tasha. But when he finally tracked her down at the end of the episode, she revealed to him that she was pregnant with his child. Tariq was shocked and couldn't even respond and took off to the club that him and Brayden were throwing a party at. Soon as Tariq arrived, he told Brayden that he was going to need to hit the blunt and something to drink after the day he just had and finding out that he had a child on the way. But while sitting at the bar, Tariq laid eyes on Noma's daughter, Anya Covington. So he went over to introduce himself to her, and the two did shots until they were drunk and went back to Tariq's dorm room and hooked up. The next morning, they exchanged numbers, and when Anya got back to her apartment, Noma was waiting for her, and when Anya dropped a bag of coke from her purse, Noma eventually found out that Tariq was back dealing again. When Tariq finally went to talk to Diana about her being pregnant, she wasn't happy that Tariq was about to kill her the night before. So Tariq had to remind Diana that she nearly got his mother killed. So at this point, Tariq was dealing with two girls. One that nearly got him and his mother killed, the other one whose mother wanted him dead, and recently even had a $100,000 bounty on his head. When Noma and Kane went to confront Tariq at the club, Anya showed up right on time and stopped Noma and Kane from taking Tariq out right then and there. And the next time they met up, Tariq and Brayden had Agent Young's flash drive and let Noma know if anything happened to them, she would be exposed to the NYPD and Anya would know she killed her father. Soon after this, we saw Tariq back in his dorm room hooking up with Anya again. And I made a video a few weeks ago about Tariq getting Anya pregnant, and I definitely think there's a real chance because we know that Tariq's not responsible and Anya don't seem like she cares either. Because in episode 6 when they hooked up, I don't think they used a condom that time either. So Diana might have just been the red herring in this case, and Anya might end up being the real baby mama. But then Tariq went on to have some small talk with Anya, learning more about Noma's personal life, and finding out she has a brother in Nigeria. But later in the same episode, when Tariq had to go kill Zion, he left Anya at the club, and she was clearly pissed off about that. So it looks like Anya is developing feelings for Tariq, but these feelings aren't being reciprocated like that because Tariq is pretty much only using Anya for leverage. To me, Anya is very unpredictable and could be an unforeseen threat. Her mother is Noma, her father is Francesco Lombardi, and she's been lied to her whole life like Tariq was. But at least Tariq found out the truth about his parents at a much younger age. And we also know that Anya does cocaine. So I wouldn't put it past Anya to get in her feelings, then get all coked up and do something crazy. Because it's only a matter of time until she finds out the truth that not only Noma was lying to her, but Tariq was using her. Then there's Diana, who after she lost her baby, she told Tariq to kick rocks, only to go kill Felicia Lewis and call him for help. Only for them to hang out at Felicia Lewis' house for hours and eventually get caught by Detective Carter. And from the look at the part 2 teasers, Tariq is going to get into a new relationship with Diana next, which to me is crazy. I mean, I can understand when she was pregnant with his child, but now, after everything she's done to him, he should have just left her alone. But Tariq didn't take heed to Tasha's advice and got caught up in the Tejada family's mess with Don Carter, getting me to another Tejada, Kane, who just asked Noma to marry him at the end of episode 7. And Kane and Noma both have someone on the side. Noma has Davis McLean and Kane has Effie. Davis was initially sent to keep tabs on Noma by Tariq, but it seems like now that he's getting closer to Noma, he might be switching sides. In episode 7, Kane found out that Davis and Noma were hooking up before he even asked her to marry him. But at the same time, I don't think Kane has real feelings for Noma like that either, but he does genuinely care about Effie. Kane is trying to help Effie get out from the life, but Noma insists that Effie continues her duties with the Russians. And even though Kane cares about Effie, I also think he realizes that their lives are going in opposite directions. While Effie's trying to get out the game, Kane is trying to elevate to the top of the game. Effie's trying to move to Cali and start over by studying robotics at Stanford, but Kane's trying to become the biggest drug dealer in New York City. Kane said the only thing he wanted out of marrying Noma is for her not to take away from him what he's built since Mecca. So even though they really haven't shown that aspect in the show, Kane's out in the streets building in a similar way to what we see Tommy doing in Chicago. In episode 6, when Effie found out that Diana was pregnant, Diana warned Effie about being her brother's side piece and told her that if she doesn't stop, Noma was going to put a bullet in her head. Because either though Noma likes to have her cake and eat it too, she's still jealous about Kane and Effie's relationship. Keep in mind how she responded when Kane was about to walk Effie outside in episode 6. She stopped him and said his name so sweet, almost like a completely different person in a different voice. Kane, we haven't finished our conversation. This is right after she got done screaming at him and blaming him for all her problems. Noma treats Kane a lot like Monet, but Kane lets Monet slide because that's his mother. I don't feel like he's going to keep allowing Noma to talk to him crazy like that. And if Noma kills Effie, Kane will definitely kill Noma. And I also think that Effie's first kill could possibly be Noma. Getting me to Brayden and Elle, the only relationship without a couple side pieces involved. Even though we don't know, Elle might have someone else. But their relationship is still toxic nonetheless, because from the time they started hooking up, Elle has been a bad influence on Brayden, getting him to try cocaine. If this isn't just like a binge or something like that, what we used to see Tommy do all the time in Power, Brayden has been doing coke consistently every episode since he first tried it, and told Tariq it was now his new outlet. And when Elle saw Tariq snapping on Brayden about doing coke and telling him that Elle was bad news, saying look what she has you doing, she felt like she needed to step in, and she put acid in Tariq's water bottle. Then Brayden hit a low in episode 6, getting so coked out that he jumped on stage with the No Lie group. This caused Elle to get pissed off at Brayden and Stokely and Brew to vote to fire Tariq and Brayden from doing their merch. Brayden was even sounding like an addict when him and Tariq went to kill Zion, at the door asking Zion if he had the shit. And the episode 8 description says that an incident with Brayden's relationship with Elle sends him off the deep end. So now Brayden is about to crash completely out. Likely Elle will overdose because the part 2 trailer had Brayden sitting next to a hospital bed. And Tariq's season 4 description says that he begins to wonder if there's really room for 2 at the top. And he was definitely already thinking this when he saw Brayden on stage. And when he sees Brayden crashing out over Elle, he'll be thinking it all the more. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.